I recently got a new fish tank. Correction. Apparently, I didn't get a fish tank. I got an aquarium. So, for years now, I have had a big, kind of 60-litre round fishbowl style tank in our house. There's been some tropical fish in there. I've had, no word of a lie, hundreds of tropical fish in this tank. Um, the reason I've had hundreds is because I really struggle to keep them alive. Okay, to put it into context, this, as I said, it's a 60-litre bowl. There is a stone castle in there, very traditional. There are some plastic plants, and at the time that I got my new tank, there were about, I don't know, 12 fish in the tank. As I said, I really struggle to keep fish alive in this tank. I've had some gorgeous fish in this tank. 3 months later, they're all dead. Um, I figured out the problem here is clearly me and my lack of knowing what the hell I'm doing when it comes to fish keeping. So I called a guy and I said, "Look, I've got the space here. I actually want a new tank. Can you put a new tank in, please? And crucially, can you look after it for me? Because clearly I don't know what I'm doing." So he gave me some pointers. He explained where I was going wrong. And he said, yeah, no worries, we can do this. Now he said, do you want a fish tank or do you want an aquarium? And I said, well, I've not a clue what the difference is. He said, well, basically a fish tank is what you've got now. That's the plastic plants, the crappy stone castle. He said, it won't need a lot of upkeep. It's easy to keep clean. He said, I'll probably need to come out once a quarter and clean it for you. If you have an aquarium, I'm going to put real soil in there, real plants. There's going to be some sand. We'll get some bogwood in there. It'll all be very, very natural. It will be like the fish's normal habitat, but I probably need to come and clean it once a month. I said, well, what's going to be best for the fish? He went, well, definitely an aquarium. So that's what we went with. He came out, he fitted the tank. It's an amazing tank. It's 3 times the size of my previous tank. And he's done a fantastic job, putting all the log in. As I said, the plants are flowing in the water. It looks amazing. But that's not what I want to talk to you about today. What I want to talk to you about today is what happened when I put my existing fish into the new tank. Within 24 hours of them being in their new environment, suddenly these fish, which previously they'd kind of do a bit of a circle, a bit of a lap of the tank, but if a human walked anywhere near the tank, they would just hide. They would scuttle around the back of the castle and just hide away and skulk. And people would often say, "Are there actually fish in that tank?" Now, within 24 hours of them going in the tank, suddenly they are just flourishing. They've got a new lease of life. They are bounding around. They're frolicking at the top of the tank. They're swimming up into the against the current. They're dovetailing. They are doing lengths in this massive tank, and they're coming up they're coming right up to the glass and sort of eyeballing humans, and they just look absolutely in their element. And this is what happens when you put the right environment around. Now, regular readers of my first book, Big Ideas for Small Businesses, will know that environment is magic ingredient number 4 on my list. It is that important. And when I explained to my daughter that I was going to do a podcast around this topic, she went, well, that's just like me in school. So for those who don't know, my daughter is severely sight impaired. She's technically registered blind, and she struggled during primary school because her local school they kind of forgot she was blind, and the environment they crafted around her was not helping her. They'd sit her at the back of the class. They teach her to read by using flashcards and saying, "Can you read that quickly?" We took her out of that environment. We homeschooled her for about 4 years. She is now in a secondary school where the environment is amazing and it's enabling her to thrive. And this is my lesson for you today. Is your environment helping you to perform at your best? Are you like the fish, frolicking and loving life? Are you, like my daughter, absolutely performing to the best of your abilities? Or are you like my fish in their old tank? Are you like my daughter in her old school? What can you do to craft your environment?